I just thought my kids would keep their Legos for their entire life.
The world's ending.
I know. And really, why do you want to keep stuff? You should give them away to little kids.
You say, look, Helen, you're getting rid of all your clothes. No, I'm not. I'm getting rid of just things I don't need to have piled around me, piles of things everywhere. And that's why making things, I think, is so good, is that it slows down your consumption and it makes you really understand what it takes to get something out of at the end.
Right.
You just, you get a lot of work in and sometimes almost nothing out. And that's the way it should be when you pick things.
So, I hand make all my clothes. And sometimes
you don't hand make all your clothes.
Well,
you hand make 99%.
Yeah, 95%. But it was always hard to get rid of them at first. Like, they'd fit me and everything, and I'd sell them. It's really hard. Now, I don't have that problem at all. I'll sell anything.
You have a tear coming out of your
I know. What is going on? You said it was emotional, and there you go. But I have to tell people when I sell stuff that I made, I just say it's all labor,
Yeah, it is.
Time.
Or is it time?
And a lot of sweaters would be like thousands of dollars. The artists that weave and make those beautiful sweaters, they're $1,000 sweaters, so it doesn't really make sense.
Every once in a while, I see handmade projects or things, and I see them priced way below what they're actually worth, and I just think like, what are they doing? Why are they pricing their items so low? And it's probably because they're completely broke and are looking for any extra income.
I think that's it. And also, some of the museum gift stores, I don't know how they can price jewelry and other handmade items so cheap.
Well, that's so funny you say that, because people always think about museum gift stores as being extremely expensive, right? And they're like, this art I can take home is $100, probably more, but
So let's distinguish between different. So some like major metropolitan museums have expensive stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about like some of our local cultural centers or galleries that they'll be like $3 hair scrunchies. Oh my God, it should be like $7.
Okay, you're talking about.
Yeah, or just, earrings that you can buy for $10, or I just don't know how these guys, and then the gallery takes 30%. So I just don't know how anybody makes any money.
Maybe it's actually handmade the way they're saying.
Right.
Maybe they're getting factory earrings and selling
drop shipping or something. They're using
this conspiracy of local cultural centers.
I think they're handmade things because that's what they say they are. So yeah, it's kind of a mystery to me how people do it.
That's interesting.
My stuff's not that cheap. I'd probably sell more.
I think you should always be raising your prices, but I just think things.
No, I had a few things. For a while when I was just making a lot of stuff, I had this sweet spot of a price, and they'd sell and everything was good. But right now, with inflation,
a lot of people are totally strapped for cash. I hear you. I'm one of them.
But I
don't know anyone who's not one of them.
I'm making new products that still take a lot of time and manual labor. And so, I don't know. I'm actually, I had everything one standard price, everything.
Hats, same price.
Vests, the same price. And so now I'm just making little cost sheets. That's what else I've been doing. Little cost sheets, tech packs, a lot of businessy stuff. So I could price things accordingly. So I can't wait to finish your black dress. And
creatively, what do you want? What do you want to bring to people? What do you want people to try to do?
Well, I do want people to be conscientious of what they purchase. That's really important. And I want people to dress funkier. I want people to wear a lot of funky stuff, which I think they're doing.
I'm wearing one.
Yeah, you're wearing one of my things today.
I'll stand up for it.
And I always love it when I see you wearing a vest or So
It's very,
pockets.
it's very,
And you have a big skirt on underneath.
oh yeah, I have a skirt under, so it's skirt on top of skirt. It's just cozy, and it's a good extra layer on top of my.
Well, that's like a year-round dress. I always wear that over bathing suits and stuff.
This would be a great beach dress too. But I like it because of the pockets, and it's kind of like an overlay of pockets onto this outfit, because otherwise I'll have no pockets. The skirt I'm wearing has no pockets.
Well, it's definitely like a layer over a whole big outfit.
And it's cozy.
Yeah. And casual. So I want people to dress in cozy casual.
But cool. Cozy casual.
Have plenty of pockets. Like I started making the vest when I was running around the house and I needed my keys, my lipstick, my hat, my glasses, and I needed everything from different parts of the house with kids all around. And so I was all over the place, and I just put stuff in my vest to get ready to go, instead of like having a big purse over my shoulder, or instead of like being able to get dressed calmly and coolly in a big walk-in closet. No, it's a little more chaotic. So yeah, I want people to cut up clothes that they have, be conscious of where they're going to put their donations. Like, please, put them in thrift stores or try to sell them, and not so much at the Goodwill is really the point.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you're just dropping your stuff off somewhere, good chances it's not going where you think it's going.
Or they just get such a huge amount that there's just a lot of different things that.
Well, do they get rid of a lot of it?
Yeah, they get rid of a lot of it to the southern hemisphere. And so but on the other hand, I did apply to being a Goodwill Fashion Show this week, which it's really right up my alley. It's my jam, because they want people like me that make their criteria was they don't want you to just, I don't know, they said something like they just don't want you to add two pieces together. They want to see it tailored, or they want to see it, they want to see their specific thing that they said is a coat made out of a blanket.
That sounds so fun.
That's like the TikTok stars and stuff.
I'm not on TikTok.
But I do have a coat project that you probably haven't seen. The red and white toile. It's just, they were upholstery things. They were covering maybe some furniture outdoors. And it's so beautiful. I got it from somebody's big backyard donation.
So you're turning that into a coat?
Yeah, I'm going to make a little red and white coat. I can't wait. I've been waiting to make it.
Do they give you a model that you have to make it for? Or do you?
So I have 3 models. I have 2 models, and they said that you can be one of them. And, it's like 18 and up. But
So you have to submit the clothing as an application?
So no, I just had to show a few pictures. So I showed a few pictures, and I just said it sounds like a lot of fun. And it does. It's going to be, they give you $100 to spend at this one Goodwill. It'll be like a Project Runway thing. Like you take $100, you get all the stuff you want to make, and then you turn it into something. So I hope I get picked.
Well, if not, you should make it anyway.
Well,
then just say, this was for this thing.
Well, yeah.
If you want, you have a lot.
So I showed a lot of tailored stuff, and then I showed one of my ponchos because I think that's so innovative. And then I showed a men's vest that was kind of funky, made out of board shorts and stuff. Just to, and I explain that my stuff's really casual. I don't know, it's utilitarian and casual, and people don't want that as a major purchase. They want to buy an evening gown or something.
Even though they don't need the evening gown.
Yeah, and even though the vest, my $100 vest is going to be worn all day, every day. So, but bags, people will spend money on bags for some reason too.
I never got that.
I know, but they sell. Everybody wants a bag.
I like my canvas bags.
Yeah. You're really good at just those. And then
it's because you can throw everything you need in there and then it's all right there. I'm also not carrying around like 10 different
like a
things.
laptop and your
Well,
sunglasses.
I put my glasses and my phone and my computer and my canvas bag. If I feel like
flower
it,
set
you know.
bag. You know, when I broke my ankle 3 months ago,
Yeah.
I was dyeing the ubiquitous bags that we all get with the candles, your little canvas bag. I was trying to dye them all just to kind of upcycle, but I broke my ankle.
And they never got dyed.
I don't even know where that pile of bags are. Probably.
Dad said he did something.
So I'll find them. But yeah, I want people to look into all the natural dyes that are out there and just have fun. I want people to make more of their own clothes. I think that sounds neutral enough to be a classic.
I think it's neutral, but maybe I just shouldn't even do gingham. Maybe I should just do one color.
Well, you're talking to the gingham queen. I love gingham, but yeah, I don't know. I would do gingham.
This is gingham.
Yeah, it is. It's like
It's not. It's like plaid.
Yeah, it's like
It has a gingham effect.
Square plaid.
It has a gingham effect.
It does. I know what that's called. What is that stuff?
It's
like
gingham and plaid had a baby.
Oh God, so often. So maybe Friday night at 5 isn't the best time to talk because it's the end of the week and everyone's tired.
It's the beginning of my week.
Is it?
Yeah, yesterday's. I have a weird schedule.
Yeah, okay. Also, I did just talk to a few people this week or today, let's say, that said they'd never want to sew or make anything. And so for those people, I think they should still pull the clothes out and hire an upcycler or a seamstress. Yeah.
It's totally, clothes aren't made for your body. They're made for someone else's body.
Yeah, get them tailored. And also, you can do a lot with scissors. Like they could just cut off the cuffs or across.
That's one of the things I always push back on people if they say they're never going to do something. It just rubs me the wrong way. What do you mean? You don't know that.
I know.
What, you're just going to say no now forever? For what reason? Why are you cutting yourself off from that opportunity without even... Like, you don't have to say never. You can just not do it.
Well, it's funny that not everybody's super creative like we are.
Not everyone wants to get involved. But again, don't say never.
I agree.
Just don't say anything. Don't let anyone know and never do it. Just don't say
I might become musical one time.
And I'm going to learn how to sing. I mean, what
I
are you
still
never
sing.
going to do? I'm never going to go to the moon.
Well, no, when people get older too, they're like, those days are over. I'm never going to hike to Mount Kilimanjaro. Maybe not, but come on, I agree with you, Caroline. Don't say never. And, maybe you'll just go to Mount Whitney.
I want to go to Mount Whitney.
I would. So when I broke my ankle, that's the one thing I'm really worried about.
When am I going to be on it?
That bag a mountain or two, even though I'm older.
I think if you do training for another year at least.
Oh, well, so my ankle won't be completely cured for like a year, 6 months or a year. Like I'm not supposed to run for 2 more months. But not that I run. I'm not a runner or anything. But the ankle's supposed to be stronger than it was. It's going to come back stronger.
I hope so. I would love to do Mount Whitney with you.
I know we still have to do that, and it takes about a year to plan because you have to get on the lottery. Okay, let's do that.
We're never not gonna
right.
Well, not Mount Whitney by any means, but I am planning a trip to Mammoth at the end of the month.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. They just got a bunch of snow.
So there's a story today on NPR about not having any snow anywhere. People used to cross-country ski in the woods, and they can't now. And I don't know if that's, is it really gone?
Yeah. as soon as you get into the facts on these kind of things,
I know.
you see the picture.
Move to Canada because it'll be sunny and nice.
Canada's gonna be California. I don't know, maybe. I think California will always be California.
Because already coastal towns are being flooded.
I didn't say the California coast. I said
it'll always be populated, but we're losing population, which is fine.
There's a lot of factors to all of these topics that we just don't have all the information for, but we have a little bit, and it's bleak, and it's one of the problems that we can't solve because it's not in our influence.
Do you want to make some made-up jewelry with my little jewelry tools and stuff sometime?
Yeah, I'd love to make some jewelry.
I found the cutest things for you. I even set it aside.
So this was something else I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Collages, fabric collages. You've never been into quilting, even though...
I did make my first big, crazy quilt when I was 12.
Okay.
I made a quilt. I had it for years. I don't know.
Well, I remember I wanted you to make me some kind of blanket as a kid, and you did. You totally made it for me. But do you remember? It was almost a quilt. It was 3 different
pictures of these things.
Who cares? We have it still.
Really?
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay.
I know we have it still.
I kind of remember it. We might not.
It was 3 different colors. One was a rainbow fabric. One was red with these really cool flowers on it.
Right.
And then we sewed buttons to it. Yeah. That's
the quilting.
That wasn't the quilting part at all.
Why did we put buttons on that?
Because I wanted the buttons on.
Oh, now I do remember. These little cute little decorative buttons.
Yeah, tiny buttons that I wanted to put on it, and we did it. And I want to do a better quilt. But collage.
It does sound fun.
So this is something I wrote down, and I think we talked about it last time.
Nice.
It's a big collage. I want to even have beading in it and embroidery. You know,
could have the quilt over our table, and this could be a quilting bee.
No, because I just get fully focused on those kinds of things. Yeah. But it doesn't need to be big. It could be tiny. So it sounds like a cool thing to work on and to learn with.
Sure.
But you said making jewelry, and I'm thinking, what if we took those beads and we strung them up and they turned them into ocean waves on a landscape?
Okay, so maybe we should have supplies easily accessible in little jars or bins and have them out so that when we want to make stuff,
maybe
in between stuff, when we're waiting for something.
My head doesn't work like that though. I have to set things up with restriction, otherwise I won't know where the boundaries are.
Well, I was going to tell you about a quilt that I made once. I kept plicating stuff on top of it. This is when we were living in New York, and so it got so heavy that we called it the X-ray blanket, and finally it was can't move. Until this kid got rid of it and got a nice down comforter.
Fluffy thing.
Oh gosh, what a difference. But yeah, I guess I think of making stuff sometimes as disposable too. It's not super precious to me. I make stuff and then I just let it go by the wayside. If it's not great. Like that blanket, it didn't, it served its purpose for a year maybe. And then I don't hold on to stuff like that. I don't think we still have your other quilt blanket that we made, unless you have it.
I don't have it. I saw it, I feel like.
So we don't really have our notes, and we just got together. So I think we accomplished that, and I love you. And
I love you too.
Hey, wait. Done is good.
Done is good.